Okay, on the Darren thing, I'm getting upset. So, on the Darren thing, I just want to point out a few things. If you read the article on Blog Live where I think Palos, nobody calls me. I mean, I've reported my kids kidnapped, right? They're hiding them out. Their dad's committed suicide. They're confusing them. They're making them think it's my fault. They're boys, and I don't know what I was told to them. But anyway, on this accident report, I want to show you. Okay, right, let's see, right. If y'all can see that, it says 1 vehicle, 1 killed, no injuries. Okay, that's a state accident report. So that means, and there's 2, Troy Parker and Tim Fitzgerald were witnesses. And let's see, William Carr was the reviewing officer. The arrival time, the report, it says the reported time. Okay, so, for Vicky and Palos to get on there and say, it's unknown who discovered the wreck. It's unknown who who discovered the wreck and who called 911. Y'all just have to go read the article. But then there's the reported time, 21:07, arrival time, 21:26, 10:24 time, 22:47. And then it has that 1 vehicle, 1 killed, and no injuries. Okay, and that was February 1st, 2012. Same day I found them. Okay. Here's where Ocean Springs Hospital, when I get to the Ocean Springs Hospital, they said they did surgery on him. How is that possible when the state just said he was killed? There's no injuries. If he wasn't injured, he was killed. The surgery never happened. And that's why on the death certificate, and I know I have this, I have these pictures, nobody pronounced him dead. They're saying the time of injury is unknown. And she said he died inpatient. So, inpatient at Ocean Springs Hospital. After the state just said he was killed at the accident. Okay. So here's where the state also, okay, this is kind of where it gets tricky, because the state is saying he had a valid driver's license. And they give him a half Van Cleve address, like the top part, and then Mobile, Alabama. And it says regular valid driver's operator's license. But even on here it says none, complaint of pain, moderate, life-threatening, or killed. They put killed as well on here. So he didn't have surgery. There was no autopsy. And on here, when Jay got this from Alpha, before I guess he knew who all was involved in that, he left the heirs, Andrew and Darren, and whoever had custody. Because see, on there it says new owner's name, Alicia Herbert. Yeah, because I had custody. That was after I think Darren died, because I didn't see anything after Big Darren died. I thought he left it to his mom. So anyway, I do this whole investigation on my own, and so I get a phone call from Scott McElrath and says, "Okay, Tony Lawrence wants to present this to a grand jury." But then he says that we have to get 12 jurors, to believe that a crime happened. No, you don't. Not when you've got a 3-ring binder. And the reason the 3-ring binder was turned into the district attorney was because they found the crime. So if the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation tells a grand jury, here's the crime, they automatically true-wheel it. You don't have to get 12 jurors. You don't have to convince them of anything. And so this was a dog and pony show. But, it was to appease me. And so that had happened. I had buried a kid. And then what me and Ed was fighting over, I don't remember that time, but he's put me in the hospital I have hospital records where, abdominal contusion, neck strain where you get to grab my neck through me. And so, and since he killed in Vietnam, he would tell me he enjoyed killing women and children, and he would just go black like a shark in the eye, and I've never been scared of somebody so much in my life. And so that had been happening. And so when I finally got Jay, because, I was just not winning, I was not getting anywhere, I was spinning my wheels. That's why that hurt so much. And I have no idea what Jay's motive. The only thing I can think of is, from what Ed says, is he money buys everybody. But I figured, Jay was lining his pockets pretty good with, being the only county commission attorney and then wearing all these hats. I didn't think he needed the money, and I didn't think he would do it a mother and a baby and Andrew like that, but he did. So that's what I'm going through over there, and that's why I got Matthew Campbell from the Gulfport office, because he's going to get all those sealed records, and, and, but I got Matthew Campbell over here September 9th because I waited for Jay to do something. He never did nothing. He never tried to get Justin back for me, And then they rescinded the PFA so they could put Justin back in Ed's custody. Ed's got custody, but they tell me he's in foster care. But I found out the truth. So, and now DHR wants to back out of services for Justin, and they want that heard on June 14th, not even June 21st.